Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Intentional Productivity Tips. I am Megan. I am your very favorite strategic productivity partner, and I want to thank you for joining me here today to spend some time to talk about your productivity. As you know, it is one of my very favorite things that I like to talk about with people because I think productivity really can make a difference in our lives. Why? It can help us to enjoy what we've worked so hard to create. So thank you for being here today for Intentional Productivity Tips. You are watching me on USA Global TV and Radio's YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and even be notified when new episodes drop. I highly encourage you to check out the YouTube channel as there's great programs where you can learn about yourself and become a better person. Also, check out our website, usaglobaltv.com. And now we even have some really cool merch, which I'm not going to lie, this USA Global TV and Radio Camp Cup is something that I have found and enjoyed drinking wine in lately. So please check that out when you get a chance on our website. Thank you for being here with me today. I am so excited. This is part 4 for a series. This is part 4 of our Productivity and You series. And in part 4, what we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to be bringing it all together. And my favorite thing about part 4 is that it's all about you. And isn't that the best thing? Isn't being all about you the most important? When we think about it, over the last 3 weeks, what we have been talking about is productivity in you. And right now our goal is to bring it all together. So what we have been talking about when we think about it is productivity in you. We talked a little bit about your learning your way in week 1. We talked about organizing your memories and experiences in week 2 and your you report in week 3. This is bringing all of it together and providing some action plans for you. Now, if you didn't get a chance to watch one of the previous episodes and you want to, the links will be in the comments so you can check them out and go back and see what you've missed. So let's talk and let's get started thinking about productivity and you and bringing it all together. I actually have a question I would like for you to ponder. As we're talking about it today, we're going to talk a little bit about how are you taking care of you for your productivity. Today, we are going to talk about 3 things. Of course, one of the things that's most important for us is to remember, believe you can, because whatever we believe, we can truly get and accomplish, especially when it comes to our productivity. So that's why we're talking about it so much. We're going to talk today about 3 things. We're going to talk about the power of you in building intentional growth. We're going to then use the flow method to turn actions, ideas into your way of taking control of your you productivity. And then you're going to walk away with 3 simple steps to track growth and stay connected to what matters to you. And that, to me, is a really important thing. I have a question for you. When it comes to productivity, what if your productivity plan started with you? What if it started with your learning, your memories, and the story of your growth? I want to ask you 3 things about your productivity plan moving forward. What's something that you've always wanted to learn that's new that sparks your curiosity? So these 3 questions are about you. What is something that's new that has sparked your curiosity? Anything in your mind? Keep that a pin in your mind because we're going to come back to that. What do you want to remember and celebrate about this season in your life? And how do you want to track and share the wins that matter most to you? When we think of productivity, yes, a lot of times people say to me, okay, I know I've got my to-do list and I have my phone and I have my apps. Those are all very important parts of productivity. Absolutely. But for me, what I have learned being a strategic productivity partner and working with hundreds of people over the last 11 years as an SPP and over my life, even more people, one of the things that I've learned is productivity starts at a foundation, right? Productivity, just like everything, right? Buildings, everything starts with the foundation. And when it comes to your productivity, the foundation needs to be you. So that's why we spent the last 3 weeks and today talking a little bit more about productivity in you. That's why I want you to start thinking about and ask yourself, what if your productivity plan started with you? What would that look like? What would that be like? That's what we want to talk about today. So let's get started, right? There's 3 points that we're going to look at. Y-O-U. You. So let's start with the very first one. You're learning your way, right? So when we think of where do we start with productivity in you? We start with why. We start with your learning, expanding your mind your way. One thing, mental note, one thing we want to remember with productivity is the one area you get to be 100% selfish in your life. You get to do whatever you want. It's all about you. Doesn't matter about anybody else, but it's about you. So when it comes to productivity, when we think about your learning and expanding your mind your way, we want to think about, be curious on purpose, explore what excites you, not just shoulds. One of the reasons I talk about learning and expanding your experiences when working with clients is what I have learned over the last couple of years is our learning generally, when we think about it, comes when we're thinking about new projects or things we learn for work or how to operate our TV or how to operate our phone. When you think about it in this day and age, we have to learn a lot regularly. And that's important because it's things we need to do. But I want to expand our mind beyond that. What are the other things you want to learn? What are the other things you have learned? Where, how, and can you learn your way? So what I have here is I actually have a picture on this of, as this last month, as the last 3 weeks, as we've been going through productivity in you, I have been challenging myself each week to, as I present something, to do something. And so the first week, I went to a cake decorating class. My sister and I was in Central California. We had opportunity in Kingsburg to go to a cake decorating class, something I'd never learned before, something I was curious about, something I wanted to explore. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about you're learning your way. Not just what do I have to learn to live life? What do you want to learn because you want to live life when you think about it? So let's think a little bit about this is you're learning your way. It's learning without pressure. The goal is to pick one thing and follow the spark. What are some activities? So as we're going through you today, as we're going through each of the learning phases, we're going to look at two things. One, what are some activities? And then what are the flow we can do with it, right? So when we think of your learning your way, what's an activity? What's a curiosity check-in? When you think about it, what's something you've always wanted to learn that sounds fun? It could be something like cake decorating, like I went to. It could be bird watching. It could be improv. I have a client in the last couple of months that has started an improv stand-up class. I had a client from Spain a few years ago who one thing she wanted to learn was to become a political cartoonist. And so she started working on drawing. What are these things that are fun for you that you want to explore? I encourage you to start a learning wish list, one personal curiosity and one professional interest at a time, right? So if you start a learning wish list, you're going to start with one thing you're personally curious about and one thing that you're professionally interested in, and you're going to keep learning them and adding them as you go. When we think about it, your learning your way is super important because with our phones, with our laptops, with all of the gadgets we have, the world is literally available at our hands. We have 24 hours in a day. We still need to sleep. We still need to do all of the other things. How do we want to focus our time so that we're continuing to learn? To do that, we want to get into the flow. What is the learning your way flow? It's expanding your mind. It's your way. It's giving yourself permission. Now let's make it real, right? So let's talk a little bit about learning and being curious and how we can turn that into a flow. First, there's going to be what we want to do when we're learning, when we're turning our learning our way into a flow. First thing we want to do is think about fun first. What is it that we want to learn? Is it painting? Buy the paints. If it's cake decorating, buy the cake spinner. I now own a cake spinner. That's just kind of fun. Don't know when I'll use it again, but I like it. When you think about learning your way, think of the fun first. Buy or participate or enroll in the activities. Log in and join a class online. I'm not saying everything has to be expensive. It could be free. But the goal is identify how you can have fun first with learning this new activity or task. Then you want to lay it out. Plan your curiosity with the same, and this is important, plan your curiosity with the same energy that you plan a meeting or that you plan a project for something, right? So we want to lay it out. When we're thinking about our learning, what is it we want to do? Is it fall? So do I want to learn how to do something that's maybe connected with leaves or pumpkin spice, because we know that's going to be everywhere, right? Is it the winter where it's snuggly and maybe I want to learn to crochet? Think about laying it out, when and what you want to do and how you want to do it. The time, when is it going to work? What works for you? Lay out how you can expand your learning your way. Third, you want to organize your stuff. Again, buy the paints, schedule time on your calendar, organize, have the place where you do it. I know for me, there are times when I love working with, as I've mentioned many times before, when it comes to my journal, I like to sticker, I like to have markers and things. So where do you keep them? Where do you store them? Do you have fun gadgets for them? So you want to organize your stuff so that it works for you. And then W, the fourth part of the flow, is whatever makes it work. So do what works for you when it comes to your learning. If it means scheduling a time, schedule a time. If it means doing it for 15 minutes, do it for 15 minutes. If it means when it comes to you, it means when it comes to you. Whatever makes it work. Because when we think about it, we're trying to get into the flow of your curiosity, your learning based on your rules. So why? The first part of productivity for you is you're learning your way. The second is organizing your memories, capture wins and spot patterns, right? Why is it important to organize our memories and our experiences? Wins, lessons, and little moments that add up to growing, they add up to your growth map. When you think about organizing your memories, when you think about how it is that you want to track your experiences, it's super important to remember that little things add up. So again, this is me in this past couple of weeks during the season. The week after doing organizing your memories, I spent that weekend, and this is a picture of me on the page right now that you're looking at, if you're looking on YouTube, of me spending a day journaling, right? One of the things I do is I have a calendar journal. And so I spent a glorious Sunday. You can see I was watching the Tour de France. I was watching NASCAR's Indy race a couple weeks ago, and I even had a mimosa. So it's about organizing your memories and having fun doing it how you want to, right? What are some activities? We want to think of it as building our own highlight reel, little reminders of how far you've come. Why is it important to organize memories and experiences in productivity? Well, one is because when we think about it, our lives have more involved now than they ever did before. And two, I don't know about you. I'm not trying to say or ask you about your age or your memory, but I will say I now do not memorize memories. I do not remember things as well as I used to. And so one of the reasons it's important to organize your memories and your experiences is so that you're able to remember. When was it that I did that? Oh, I did that. One of the things, so activities and ways to memory snapshot your organizing memories and experiences. When it comes to memories, choose one or two ways to track your journey that connect with you. Maybe it's photos, maybe it's a journal, maybe it's a video or a note, right? Maybe you leave yourself an audio note, maybe you write in a journal. Whatever it is that you like, find what works for you for organizing your memories and experiences. Find one or two ways. For me, it's journaling and photos. I love photos and have photos of everything. I have one client who likes to buy mementos to remind him of things each month. So think about what works for you. Then you want to schedule a quick reflection time to go back and think about it. Like I said, for me, it's generally on a Sunday when I'm watching a race or something like that. But find what works for you when you want to schedule it. and then make it yours, right? Whatever it is to organize the memories, whether it's having a playlist, whether it's something you're watching. Again, for me, for journaling, I love stickers, so that helps. Whatever it is, you want to make it your own. When it comes to your organizing your experiences, one of the things that we did during week 2, and I would recommend you to go back and think about it, is to go back and make a list of what are all of the apps that you've ever created, and what are all the apps, programs, or systems that you've learned in your life, right? What are the apps, programs, and systems that you've learned in your life? And it's important to make a list. I did it when I was doing this, and it was almost 150. I was blown away, and I'm sure I could add even more. So it's important to think about your memories, your experiences, because it's going to remind you, 1, of where you've been, 2, of what you've done, and 3, it's an encouragement. One of the things when I was noting all the apps that I learned, it reminded me, if I learned that, I could learn this, right? It's important that we remember. Plus, I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed the number when I saw that. So when you think about it, the second part of productivity in you is organizing your memories and experiences so that it's embraced, so that you remember, so you embrace it, so you have fun. It's the life that you've lived. Let's remember it in a way that works for you. We want to then think about, how are we organizing our memories, right? It can feel like a big thing. Oh, Megan, what do you mean organizing my memories? And I've had clients that say this to me, that's too much. So I've always said, let's keep it simple and fun. Again, let's go back to the flow. So we're going to go back to our 4 steps. When it comes to organizing our memories, think fun first. How is it that you can make organizing your memories fun? So if it's your photos, make it going through your photos, right? One of the things I like to do is I love to sit on the porch swing when it's about sunset and look through my photos or something like that. Or again, you saw I had a picture just a few minutes ago when I journal and work on my journal calendar, maybe a mimosa's involved. Make it fun for you. How can you organize in a way that you're going to enjoy the process? We don't do things we don't like to do, especially in 2025 when our plates runneth over with things to do. Second, we want to lay it out. Again, decide how and what you're going to organize. Is it going to be memories? Is it going to be photos? Is it going to be a journal? Is it going to be experiences? Do I want to track jobs? Do I want to track projects? Lay out what it is that you want to organize. Then organize your stuff, right? So if you're going to be creating a photo journal, make sure you have, whether it be electronically or hard paper, whether it's a calendar, whether it's an app that you're going to be using, whatever it is, you need to organize yourself, right? What is it that you need to make this happen? Get what you need. Get the notebook, get the app, make it so that it's easier for you. And then, of course, the 4th step, whenever it comes to getting into your productivity flow, whatever makes it work. So do it in a way that adds to your life. We're talking about organizing memories and experiences. So do it in a way, whatever makes it work. So maybe it's near the holidays and you're going to write a Christmas card. Maybe it's, for me, when I have insomnia. Whatever makes it work for you, ask yourself, what can I do to make organizing my memories more enjoyable and something I'm more likely to do? You're not just recording moments. You're creating a way to see your own growth story unfold. So that's why it's so important to organize your memories and your experiences. And the last part is your you report, your personal highlight report. Your you report is something that is super important. It's tracking progress. It's sharing your story in your way. And I've had several times when I've worked with people, when I've introduced the concept of a you report, whenever I say the word you report, we know that people hear the word report, and they're like, is that a 4-letter word? We know it's not, but you know where I'm going with this. We know that there are times when people have friction with the word report because of the quantity we've had to do in our lives. I totally agree with it. I'm not going to go back and judge some of the reports that I've done in my past, although I would like to. But that, again, is what we'll use our USA Global TV and Radio Club mug with over wine. But anyways, it's important when we think of reports, right? This is the you report. So this is the time when I say, you know, all those reports you hated, right? That was for a reason, because the way they were put together, the information. The joy of this is it's about you. You get to do whatever you want. however you want it. So the you report is you identifying what's information I want to share or track about myself that I can keep for the future. And then how do I want to track it? And who do I send it to? Right. And so one of the things you'll see right here is I have created a visual you report. I actually do a you report that is a photo journal, and I create memories and experiences from it. So the you report could be anything, right? So don't think of the report in the forward bad way that we're thinking. Think of this as you. What do you want to track? So it's your growth story told your way, shared only in when and how you want. So let's think about building your you report, right? Let's think about building your highlight habit. I would say, so when we did the episode, go back if you are interested in this, because it's a very in-depth, detailed, and there's several examples of a U report. But right now we want to highlight and focus on it. So what's important? Where do you start with the U report? Choose 3 to 5 questions to ask yourself regularly. Maybe it's wins, maybe it's lessons, maybe it's support, maybe it's what's next, maybe it's great activities or experiences you've had. Then you want to decide your style, right? Is it an email that you're going to create? Is it a note you're going to, is it a voice note? Is it a Google or some kind of form that you answer questions? What format works for you? And then you want to decide, am I going to email it to my A team? Is there someone I'm sending it to? Is there someone I'm sharing it with? Or is it just for me? And then how can you make it a habit? When we think about our U report, how can we make it a habit? What is the frequency that works for us? How can we put a U report into action so that we can go with the flow? And again, we're going to start with fun first, right? Make it something you want to do, make it information you want to track, make it information that's going to be useful. So that's why I've said one of the things that I track in my U report is experiences, adventures, places I've gone that I like, places I've gone that I don't like. I have hotels that I recommend, hotels that I don't recommend, places I recommend, and things that I don't. That's one of the things that I've decided is fun for me. Fun first. Decide what you want to track that's going to be useful for you. Then lay it out. Choose your reporting method. Choose how you're going to do it. Is it going to be an email? Is it going to be a question? Is it going to be photos? Is it going to be a form? Ask yourself how you want it. Is it something to automate to yourself? I have one client that sends an email to himself every other week, every other Friday. So lay it out. Then organize yourself. Pick your format, right? Keep it simple. Organize the questions you want to ask. Organize the output. Organize what you want it to look for. And then whatever makes it work, right? The final step in the flow is whatever makes it work. Find what works for you. Keep it a light and fun experience. If there's stuff that is no longer serving you, then get rid of it and don't do it anymore. The goal is to get into your productivity flow so you're able to report on you so you can keep track of what you've done and where you're going. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about creating a habit of seeing your growth and progress. That's why we want to have a U report. So we have talked about and we have done a review of why productivity in you is so important. So I have 3-step action plan from today's episode, right? From this fourth, when we're putting it all together, when we're bringing it all about you. 1, pick one curiosity to explore this month. What's one thing that you're curious about that you can explore? Pick one way to track your memories. Maybe it's pictures. Maybe it's a drive. Maybe it's a note. Maybe it's a document. Pick one way. And then 3rd is pick one question you want to ask for yourself for your year report. One question you would like to track for yourself each month. Maybe it's, I survived. What did I overcome? How many things did I finish? Think about what you can do, because it's about noticing, celebrating, and growing. When we think about why we're looking at productivity in you, it's again, so you notice, you celebrate, and you grow because you've worked so hard to create this life. Let's make it one that you're going to enjoy. Productivity in you. How do we put all of this together? Productivity isn't just about what you do. It's about who you're becoming. Stay curious, stay connected, and stay true to you. 3 ways to do that are by understanding you're learning your way, by organizing your memories and your experiences, and by your you report. So we have, again, this is the 4th episode where we're putting it all together. When we're looking at the series summary and what I would ask for you out of productivity in you, little steps matter. So 1, again, what are you going to learn for you this month? What are you going to track for you? What do you want to track? What do you want to remember? What do you wish you could remember from the years past is actually a great place to start there. And then what's one great way you'll check in on your growth? Productivity in you is super important. Productivity in you it's your time. It's your story and it's your growth. So taking control of productivity is a way that you can take control of your life, and you can remember where you're going, and you can enjoy what you've worked so hard for. As every week, one of my goals is that you will take one thing that we have talked about and implement it into your life. That you'll take one thing that we've talked about and do it this week, which is one of the reasons I've been following along with the challenge, because I challenge you. What are you going to do for your productivity and you this week? What is it that you're going to focus on, and how are you going to take care of yourself, your memories, your experiences, and how are you going to support your growth and your history so that you're enjoying today and you're your best self? I want to thank you for joining us in this week's episode of Intentional Productivity Tips. Again, in the notes at the bottom, you will see the previous links, but productivity in you, putting it all together, is powerful. It is important to continue learning your way. It is important that you organize your memories and your experiences, and it's important to think about you report and what's important to you. Again, thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for being here with me today on Intentional Productivity Tips. You are watching me on USA Global and TV's Radio's YouTube channel. Again, please like, subscribe, and even be notified when new episodes drop. I will be back next Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific, or you can always see me on every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific. Intentional Productivity Tips is here with some guidance and words about productivity. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. There are ways we can connect. You can connect with me via email at megan@indelible.global. Check out my Instagram page at Intentional Productivity Tips, or check out my company website at indelible.global. I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for focusing and understanding the importance of productivity, because it really does make a difference. Productivity, again, is the one area you get to be 100% selfish. It is about you. So that's why we've been talking about you for the past 4 weeks. So take some time and enjoy it. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/usaglobaltv. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.